everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Anticipation is bouncing for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Bradford's Vikings going up against Carson Wentz's Eagles.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20 with the Minnesota Vikings. Forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
Again, here's Blunt. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Now the longtime NFL punter Donnie Jones on to kick it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And we'll see what he can do on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Bradford now to throw on 1st down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And he dumps it off to Blunt. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Nice job there, right, of just going through the progressions, finding the open man, even if it wasn't for a 25-yard gain.
Everything does not have to be spectacular. The mundane works pretty well in this league, as we just saw there.
Escaping the pressure right, going underneath to Blunt. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So they're operating in the red zone. Now a carry for Blunt. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. A first carry now for Wendell Smallwood. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now Wentz. A dump off to Smallwood. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
So that one will be accepted. Bradford with a give to Murray. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Again, it's Murray. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
You and I both know that you don't really, truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
On 1st down, Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Caught on the right side by Treadwell. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. The play fake to Murray. Now Bradford trying to lay one up deep, and this is caught inside the 5. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time. Now they'll run. Murray. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position. They start on the ground here with Blunt. And some room to roam now.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What he's saying, I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Wentz going to give this one to Blunt. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. And Elliott puts this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Now Bradford on 2nd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Bradford now from the 50. Going deep for Diggs. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 50 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This is fielded at the goal line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. On 1st down, Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Again, it's Wentz. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Linval Joseph able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the 2nd quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. 3rd quarter now. This will be taken way up by the 25. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. First down, Bradford. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Vinny Curry. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a second down throw for Bradford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Short boot, take it at the 21. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 33. And now out comes Minnesota. Back to it after the pick-6. Bradford, he's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, a 22. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second down, Bradford looking deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. Third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And the slot man goes in motion left. The slot man in motion right. On third down, Bradford. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 11 and a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now Bradford. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. On second and goal, there's an option play left. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot defensively. How do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Wentz now on first down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Back to the air on second down. Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On first down. And Diggs has it. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
10th carry of the game now. Murray looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. Third down, Murray. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They're going to run it with Murray. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
Let's go. White 90. Dagger.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Getting late here in the fourth, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. They'll try to throw now. Bradford. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Bradford. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 11 yards for number 11. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to the ground game. Here's Murray. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. From the shotgun, it's Bradford. His throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Bradford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 10. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Back to throw. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Linval Joseph in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 32 that time. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. 10 yards still left on second down. So the D-line's going to spread out. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on fourth down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 19 yards there on the pickup. And on fourth and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. He's back to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off?
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Everson Griffin in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And they're going to go soft on the corners. One final try now for Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And a big